So Cameron and I just finished watching The Ritual, and this is an easy one for you guys to watch. It is on Netflix.
Very accessible. Please watch it.
Super accessible. It is a Netflix original. And yes, it is. There are a lot of trash Netflix originals, but there are a good amount of hidden gems in the Netflix originals, and it's an older one. I think it came out a couple of years ago.
2017, I think. Oh, by the way, we're putting this episode out. I know we didn't plan it or anything, but
You said 2017?
That was my guess.
Yeah, you got it. I'm sorry, continue.
Unfortunately, as mentioned before, we had some technical difficulties with the Cloverfield audio. It is lost forever, unfortunately. And so we decided to, since we want to do 6 movies a season, this is a little bonus episode.
The one to replace the other episode we already recorded.
Yes.
That is a lost to time. Also, not unlike the 2 hours of footage I have to finish our Katamari gameplay. Yep. It is just lost to time.
It's the learning curve to this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, this is what this episode is a little bonus one.
So you enjoyed the movie from what I hear.
I did like it. We follow these 4 guys. I will say that the plot is pretty generic about just some people that get lost in the woods and stumble across some scary shit. But
I think the way they so it starts off because that one guy dies at the beginning and they go for like his wish. I think that's a good way to start it off.
It's like a believable way to like get them into it. And when the guy gets killed in the convenience store at the beginning, I completely I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah.
I don't know, I try to, I don't know, as I'm watching stuff, put myself in that situation. So I feel like you can totally buy the fact that the one guy hid behind the shelf because, there's some part of you that would hide in the middle of something like that. And would you have the balls to stand up for your friend? And I didn't expect him to get killed. To be honest, if I was in that situation hiding, I'd be like, oh, he'll be all right. And even if I was the guy getting interrogated, I'd be like, no, I'm not giving this guy my wedding ring. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was a little unexpected to me. So I enjoyed that part.
I think it was a good way to set a believable scene or a reasoning out to give you an excuse to why they're out there. And I think it was a really good way to have that super crazy locale and environment.
And it's perfect for you totally buy the fact that he blames himself for it because there's gotta be,
we should have a marker for how many movies are about a vacation. We got The Hills Have Eyes, and now we have, and I know I can think of more. I'm just not my mind's on other things. All right, that's 2.
Yeah. Well, what about that movie Old that just came out? And damn it. The Blair Witch Project kind of, but that's not really a vacation. They're just going into the woods, but they're going away. I'm telling you, I feel
that's got to be generic enough where once we start watching more, we'll be yep, it's another vacation gone wrong.
Yes. We'll start keeping track. But I agree, it was a believable way to get them out there, and I like that it you have the internal character conflict, and then you have the conflict amongst the group because the one guy at the beginning is don't listen to what people say. No one thinks it's your fault. And then you can kind of tell when they are doing the little I almost said the ritual or I guess the memorial for him with all the rocks and stuff. They say a few words, pour out the flask, and like you can tell that the one guy with the glasses, I can't remember the character's name, but he like you can tell that he like took it personally that he didn't say something about it, or like he was like you could tell it, like the actor was good enough that like the acting was good that you could tell like there was some animosity, and I thought honestly that they weren't going to explore that more later on, and I was going to be kind of disappointed if they didn't go into like I thought it was going to be some it took a while to get there, you know. Because he's like, oh, no one believes that it was your fault. And I was like, okay, well.
It's very easy to fall into the expectation when you're watching a horror movie that you're like, this character is going to have no payoff. And I'm not like, I'm already forgetting about her character.
And, well, I thought it was also good that it like didn't get addressed super, like there was some build up for it. And I felt like that would be almost like also very believable of like, the friends that are like kind of holding it in about like stuff they don't like about each other, but then like once you get deeper into the situation and like more stressed out, you're gonna like start having little outbursts at people, like like in this guy's head he did blame them for the death of their friend, so he ends up having a little outburst about it later. But I like going back, having the guy die was a great setup.
I completely agree.
For everything.
The acting is really good. I really like the way it's shot. I think they make trees look scary because a lot of times trees look very homey. And then when you like look into the trees and you just like can't even like, there's so many of them just like out in the distance that like kind of like messes with your like like sense of depth, you know. And like it's hard to differentiate like the space like where it's not trees and stuff like that.
And like every time it showed some trees, I'm like, there could totally be something there, but the trees are just so dense and obscuring it, you wouldn't know.
I wonder if there is one, like maybe there's like more than the two obvious ones. I'm sure there is. There's got to be. I hope so. Well, I like when people do that.
Yeah. I wonder if there are scenes in this movie where the actual creature was just in the background of the woods and you like just didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, are there scenes like very early on in the beginning? Okay, I was thinking about this during it. So as they are coming back from the memorial of this, from their friend that died in the gas station, the guy with the glasses, I honestly don't remember any of the characters' names. So I'm just gonna...
Yeah, I don't remember either.
So the one guy with the glasses ends up like tripping and fucking up his knee. And I was trying to think, like, was that all set up? Like, did the Jotun god or whatever, or the people that were in there, like, was there, I don't know, maybe like a hole that they dug or like something? Because I don't know, you've seen Hereditary, right? Have you watched it 2 times where like where you like see that the whole like the girl's head getting hit by the pole like was all planned by That's what I was wondering. Like
the part in the Hereditary that fucks me up the most still to this day when I like go back and watch the clip is just when she turns off the light and you see like her mom like
crawling on the ceiling.
No, like it's just like where it's like her face like weirdly like coming in. It's like in the dark more. I'd have to show you this scene to be more specific.
It's been a while since I've seen Hereditary. You're telling me you weren't scared by Hereditary, bro?
No, I was terrified of Hereditary. Hereditary was awesome. But I'm saying, all right, this is from
a continuing conversation.
Yeah, I'm making the argument that a horror movie doesn't necessarily have to be scary in order for it to be good. And I think that's a bad qualification to like.
Okay, yeah, like horror movies in general don't have to necessarily be scary for it to be good, but like that's just another plus that you can get from a horror movie, you know? Like,
yeah,
if it's good, if it's scary, then like, yeah, that was a good ass horror movie. But like, if it's not scary, I'm gonna be like, that was a shitty horror movie, like.
Okay. Also, I was thinking about this earlier when you were talking because I was still thinking about this fucking argument. Is a slasher movie a horror?
Oh yeah.
What if you go to just enjoy a nice slasher movie and it's not a horror thing at all? And you know it's not a horror thing for a lot of people like you and me. You go in there because you're like, I want to see some people like have some crazy ass fucking over the top gore. Not like Saw gore where it's like disturbing. But you know, like even the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I was watching it. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
Okay, but like I would still say that Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that like the new one on Netflix, is like a failure of a horror movie
It's
because it
definitely a
wasn't
failure
scary.
of a horror movie.
Like-
It definitely, maybe that was a bad example, but I'm saying like just in general, like a lot of slasher movies, I feel like a lot of the enjoyment doesn't come from like how scary it is.
Okay, I will say that there can be good horror movies that aren't scary. Like,
What about kids horror or like, you know,
like
I don't know, like fucking Goosebumps and stuff.
you're telling me that didn't scare you as a kid? Like
why
the
is it
target,
not scary?
but the target audience is kids. Like I think that's gonna be scary to kids.
That's fair, actually. You don't want to. You don't want to scar children.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that like, yes, you can have like a good horror movie that's not scary, like Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Like we said that like, that was a good movie that like wasn't scary. But if somebody is looking for a scary movie to watch, like if one of my friends comes up to me and is like, hey, I need a really good scary movie to watch, I'm not going to recommend Nightmare on Elm Street 3 because
Because you want to give them something that will like that's
I want them to watch something that's going to be scary.
Yeah.
Like I just think like I don't know. I'm not going to recommend somebody a bad horror movie or a non-scary horror movie. Sorry.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's just like
I think if you get entertainment out of it, it's successful. And I don't think it has to be horror.
But like
I don't know, there was people out there that watched Nope and the change of expectation because it's a good movie. You can't deny it's not a good movie. But like the expectation of it totally ruined everything. But for someone out there who just like went in and was like,
exactly, it's so subjective. Like it's art at the end of the day. Like
yeah.
It's so subjective, and it like how you assign value to it is completely arbitrary. But I will say that I don't know if a horror movie isn't scary, it's not something that I'm gonna like. It's just the frame of mind you have to have going into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to be scared by something.
Okay, what if someone asks you, they're like not just like one of your friends just casually being like, hey, what's a good horror movie? If someone asks you like, hey, I really want to watch like a really good horror movie, like one that I should see before I die.
Hereditary.
You think Hereditary's up
Oh
there?
yeah, because it's the scariest horror movie I've ever seen. That's my favorite horror movie because it is the scariest movie I've ever seen. Yes,
really?
That's what I will say. That's my favorite horror movie because it's the scariest one. Like
I really do like Hereditary. It's really good.
Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think it's a successful horror movie. Like
I'm trying to think of what horror movie I would say. I don't even know.
And like me personally, that's how I'm going to decide what my favorite horror movie is the one that scared me the most.
Yeah.
But like I will say that there are good horror movies that aren't scary. But like, I don't know. I feel like parts of The Evil Dead are scary. You know what? I take that back. There are no good horror movies that aren't scary.
That's not true. Yeah. There's no way. I can't. I'm gonna think on it. I can't think of what movies specific. But I just feel like I don't know. I think I was saying this earlier. I might just be desensitized. I feel like most of the horror movies I watch, I'm just unfazed, and I'm like, I really like that movie.
But like, yeah, like that at the end of the day, it's like a personal thing, right? Like
Army of Darkness. Is Army of Darkness a horror movie?
It's right in the edge. I don't know if Army of Darkness is a horror movie.
I don't know if I'd say that's a good movie. All right, I love it, but I wouldn't say it's like,
right at the end of the day. It's a personal thing, you know? Like And that's why I love talking about movies, is because it's so like
you could just go on
opinionated, you
about
know?
it. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
everybody's gonna look at it in a different way.
Okay, this is the last thing I'll say about that. I brought it up, but I think it's important. But like when you like any other medium with horror, I feel like with movies it's like that like strict expectation where it's like if it's scary, it's like gonna. But I feel like there's a lot of video games that are very horror focused and that aren't scary, but just like horror themes that are very like fantastic, like Left 4 Dead,
But
Dying
like,
Light, and stuff like that. And it's like you're meant to be scared. Like Resident Evil is pretty terrifying. That one's good. You should play that. That's scary.
I do want to
But
play
there's
that.
but then I bet you're gonna say, oh, there's so much other things that go into a video game.
Exactly.
Isn't there so much other things that go into a movie? So if it's not inherently scaring you, there's still so much other things that you can appreciate. Like
Exactly. Well, I agree.
The
There are-
monster at the monster at the end of the ritual, I don't think is scary, but I really like looking at it because I'm like, that is a really cool design. I really like the person who designed that. I think they did a really good job and it's creative. But it wasn't like, oh, fuck.
Okay, well, okay, I will agree with that the actual design of it was not scary. The scary part is like not seeing it and the
Jaws
build
part
up
of it, yeah, like just like hiding it.
Yeah, like I think like the build up of hiding it throughout like the whole movie, like you don't really get a clear look at it and you're like, oh, what the fuck is that? Like I feel like, was the payoff successful?
Yeah,
That's like,
I
feel like
I think the payoff was successful.
like it was a really cool design, and
Yeah.
I feel like it doesn't need to be scary. It just has to like be like that was worth waiting the whole movie to go see. Like that's my thought on the design. When it stood up, that was so cool, and I like that it was like the hands on the front of it.
Yeah, on like its head. It was like there's like the human guy in the head, and you're like, ugh.
And like you still don't really get a good look at the face.
Yeah.
Like you get a good look at the body, and the silhouette against the fire was so cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
it was really well done.
Very
I
well
thought it was
done.
very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really like creature design in movies.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Antlers, that other Guillermo del Toro one that came out recently. He didn't direct it, but he like did the creature design. And I think he might have been on different other parts of it. It was not a good movie.
Not a good movie.
It was not. I would not recommend watching it. But the end show of the creature, I was like, oh, that was pretty cool.
I think I want to see Antlers just because of the director. I remember like looking through somebody's filmography and being like, oh yeah, like I remember Connor saw that Antlers movie. Oh, wait, maybe not. No, this is not what I was thinking of. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know.
Maybe it was something else.
Guillermo del Toro did come out with a horror movie, I think, during that time though, when that movie was coming out. But I forget the name of it. But
okay. If you know, let us know.
All right, we need to add and if you have any suggestions for future movie themes for our next seasons, that would also be appreciated. We could do a Guillermo del Toro season.
That would be a good idea. Yeah, right now we're just trying to brainstorm what other seasons we could do.
Yep. We just have a working list of a bunch of stuff.
So if you want to suggest a season to us, you have to leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Music, and in the review you have to, that's where you'll type the suggestion, but we'll only consider the 5-star reviews. Yep. So please leave a suggestion. Leave us a lot of suggestions.
Yeah, a lot, but just know we're just not gonna look at it if it's not 5 stars.
Make brand new accounts to review it with 5 stars and make suggestions.
Yep. I think that's a fantastic idea, Cameron.
Okay, so I also liked the back to the movie. I liked that the guy's character arc got completed. You know, like. Because the whole, you could like I liked the parts where it was in his dream and the psyche, except for the end, honestly, when the monster was chasing him through the lights in the store. That was bad, but I realized that was they needed a way to like light it without the fire, you know? That's why I think they did that, so that they could have the like fluorescent lighting of the store on there, and they could have a good light on the actual creature. But I liked the dreams where he was like reliving the guy's death,
but like it was also like real.
Mm-hmm.
Because like every time it was like actual, and then like how he like was inside that guy's head when they all went to like when he was praying and he was talking. He's like, he hasn't left my head.
Oh! You're talking about the monster, the creature.
Yeah, I'm
was
saying
like
it's just
in
like
its head.
and also for the sleeping
yeah.
ones where it's like his tent got ripped, like flown up in the air in his dream and he was gone, and then in the other one I think something else happened. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the he was at the aisle and it like fell backward, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like his arc got completed. He learned to not be a coward.
Mm-hmm.
That was successful in my opinion. I bought it.
Yeah.
I like that they left a little bit up to interpretation where they were like, I guess they kind of explain it when he's like, why are they doing, or like, why me? And she's like, oh, because your pain is so great. Like it was like feeding off of like the guy that had the most pain, I guess. So the way
or maybe it just wanted people who would like not challenge it. Or something
like
that.
It picked people that were cowards.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Well, because were all the people that were worshiping it like other people that had like gone on hikes or gone missing out there? And
what do you think those fucking weird ass? All right, we're also getting very spoiler. We should say if for this episode and for all of them, we'll spoil the movie if it's in the in the.
Oh yeah, I just assumed we were gonna be spoiling it.
Yeah.
I feel like,
but like when he burns like all those weird like half or like rotting corpses upstairs.
Yeah, what were those?
Yeah.
Maybe it was like, I don't even know. They just needed something weird for him to burn.
Yeah.
But like, so were all the people there like hikers or groups of people that had gotten lost there, and like those are the people that like had the most traumatic things happen to them, and like, or they were the most cowardly out of the group. It could tell, or based on their past.
How long do you think that creatures knew? That was in 1984. Do you think those are all new hikers? Like the first tent that they found? Well, maybe like the first ones. I feel like maybe some of them are hikers. Well, I feel like a lot of them had to have been like born. They had like, I don't know. I feel like they
could have been born there. Well, they also say that the creature is so ancient and letting them live
beyond their like
beyond life. So like, how old are some of those people? Like, but yeah, like you said that 84.
How old are some of those? Maybe those people up there were just super old. They actually never died.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. They still age in normal time, but they're still alive. Yes, that's what it is. We figured it out.
We found the movie's answers.
Hell yeah. I buy it.
I buy it too. I like that. Even if it's not like what they meant, it's what it meant to me. So that's why I'm keeping.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I feel like in movies where, or I don't know, I feel like in a lot of comics I read, they're like, oh, it's unnatural for someone to live, like to be immortal, you know? I feel like that's a common theme. I feel like that's cool if that like
they're just like
you actually get to see why being an immortal is so unnatural and like why it's such a bad idea. And maybe the demon or the monster, that's what we'll call it. The monster was like it's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
Like those people get to live forever,
but
and
he's just
like living off of their pain. That's what I'm thinking. That's why she was like, you have the greatest pain, and that's how it stays alive, is by keeping them alive and feeding off their pain.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
But yeah, like I will say, there were some parts that I was genuinely scared. Like this is a horror movie that I would recommend to other people, like to regular people, not the movie lay person.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I think it is a very good one to recommend to people. That's why when I saw it, I was like, yeah, we should probably watch it. It's a good one. All right, when you're watching Midnight Mass, which everybody else should too, Mike Flanagan, the guy who did Gerald's Game and Haunting of Hill House, which you've seen, right?
No, I haven't seen either of the shows
and
that
Hush.
he's done. And Ouija.
And Ouija 2. Yeah.
he's got a good catalog of scary horror movies.
There's some scary part. There's like more like whoa, and like it's like I think maybe I am just desensitized. I feel like a lot of times when something scary comes on screen, I'm more like, oh, that's cool.
Okay, but I feel like something coming on screen isn't the scary part. Like, it's the buildup, it's the suspense. That's the scary part. Right. You know, like, it's never the actual reveal. It's just like, was the suspense.
But sometimes the design where it comes, movies, there's just too much shit.
There's too much. Too much. But like, yeah, I agree the design can be scary. Like, but I feel like the main like scare is in the suspense and the buildup.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's because like it's the unknown. It's the what's gonna happen.
Yeah, the unknown. Yeah, anytime that I do like how you said it earlier, how they didn't show the monster. It's like it should be the key to most people's horror stuff.
But some
just I don't know. They ruin it too much, or they throw it in your face too much, to where you're just kind of like.
Okay, I have a question for you. Since this is our Cloverfield replacement and like if people have been following for the one viewer that's been following us that watched Cloverfield and was disappointed by us not releasing Cloverfield, do you think taking this movie compared to Cloverfield, like, and the monster, like, how would you
in what way? What do you mean?
Which movie did it better? Like, taking both movies as a whole, like, which
design-wise and originality, The Ritual, 1000%. The kaiju part's cool,
but
that's not a scary movie at all. I don't think the designs like invoke fear in the slightest.
You've got a tier list. Like, how are you putting these monsters in a tier list?
Oh my god, dude, we should do a monster tier list.
Monster tier list. That's a good idea. Okay. This monster and the Cloverfield monster.
The Cloverfield monster, I'd say B or C. No, I'd say B.
Okay.
Maybe in between.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I'd say B to A. I think it's really like original, but it's not like, I really like it. I think it's really well designed.
I agree.
I think it's
really
very unique. You know, I feel like it's not, I mean, everything takes inspiration off of something, you know, right? But I feel like this one just feels, someone talented made it. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to say that someone talented didn't make the kaiju and
No, I agree. I like the Cloverfield monster, but this one is better.
What would you say are S rank?
S rank monster?
The Thing.
Well,
but
that
so many
goes back
things.
to like, the unknown. What does it actually look like? That's the scary part. And that it can be anything.
I think like the humanoid when he's transforming, like mid
that is scary too.
I love that.
Xenomorph is
Xenomorph, yeah, that's the easy one.
The easy one.
How many Star Wars? All right.
I think the minions are S in my creature design.
I'd put them at A, actually. Actually, S plus. I think
S plus.
Well, I think that's a good place to end it. We've been gone for the run length of.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I'm glad about the order that the characters got killed into, because like the one guy that's the nicest to the main character. Oh, okay, wait. Do you think the monster killed them in order, like for a reason, because he thought that the main character had the most pain or whatever, and
why did the monster start killing them again? Like, what was was it the fire?
Well, so it was the guy that was nicest to him, that was like, no one thinks it's your fault. Like, it seemed like the guy that was like mostly the most his friend.
Yeah.
And then he got snatched up in the middle of the night from their campsite. and then they went looking for him, remember? And then they found him like gutted, like
Well,
the
no,
deer.
I'm saying like why? No, why did he start killing like the village people?
Oh, maybe just because he was pissed at them for
Was
some
it
of
was it
his
when he started the fire?
when he started the
Though?
fire. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like he was like, oh,
But
like,
I wonder why he would start killing them. It's just, huh?
yeah, I guess if he was feeding off of their like life force. Well, I don't know. I was just thinking like, damn, he's pissed that like, because I don't think he was gonna kill all of them because the one guy like kneeled down. I don't
He
know.
did kill. I think he killed all of them that kneeled before him. There was like 4 of them there, and there was just like, y'all fucks.
I guess that kind of breaks our theory.
Yeah. Maybe we're missing something though. I like our theory.
Yeah, I still buy into it.
I feel like that might be the missing link, but
As long as this movie, as
it gets you
I don't-
talking, right? It gets you talking.
yeah, I don't want a movie to be like very straightforward with
Mhm.
it. Like, I'm glad that we have questions. We were able to figure it out. Like, that's a fun part about movies. Where
Yeah.
Marvel movies,
Just
there's not
very,
a whole
very
lot to figure out.
straightforward. No.
It kind of shows you everything.
It kind of holds your hands for sure.
But so where I was going with that was like I felt like he was killing off the characters in like a certain way, where like it was the guy that was the most friendly to him, and then like we didn't really get that much character development from the guy that was praying. Like we didn't really get a lot from that guy.
Yeah.
But and then the guy with the glasses was the last guy, and then they ended up like kind of making up. Like
Mhm.
that was a part that was also like kind of tied it all together, that like they were like beefing, and then the main character was able to prove that like that was him like completing his character arc, like
Mhm.
proving that he wasn't a coward
Yeah.
to that guy that thought he was a coward. Like, oh, I'm made it out and
Yeah.
I'm able to like tell your wife what happened.
Yeah.
But then so I was thinking about this too. Imagine this random guy that was lost in the woods for a while comes out of nowhere and starts claiming that there's a big monster in the forest killing people and all of his friends are dead. I don't think anyone is going to go believe him. I don't think anybody's going to believe him.
To be fair, they'd send a search party for those people, right? And they'd find a lot of bodies in the trees.
I think he would get blamed. Oh, they would find a lot of bodies. That's true. Because there was a lot of stuff. But what if it all got burned down?
I think you still find bodies.
Oh, you
and
probably
houses
find some
and stuff,
remains,
and like
for
the
sure.
remains of like sacrificial stuff that they.
Yeah,
done.
true. You're right. There was a lot of evidence.
Yeah.
I was just thinking it would be hard to like convince people to actually go out there.
I'm sure they know about it.
Oh, you think the other like people surrounding it?
I feel like they have to, right?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, people have gone missing in that forest.
Like
all
I
the
was
time.
thinking this during like when they went in the house and like that symbol they show.
Mm-hmm.
Like how they had like little necklaces of it. I was like, it'd be kind of funny if a character took it and like went back to the bar and they're like, everybody's like, oh Jesus,
Yeah.
yo, you can't come in here with that.
Yeah. It's like the super old person in the bar in the corner.
Yep.
Like notices the symbol and is like, get out.
And he's like, mm-mm.
I'd watch a sequel to this movie where they burn down the forest and kill that thing.
Yeah.
If it even is.
Yeah, the tone
if
of the
it's
movie.
even
The tone of
killable.
the movie changes. It turns into like a predator type movie, just trying to kill like a very like apex predator.
That would be sweet.
That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say after that.
Me neither.
I enjoyed it because it was scary.
Yeah. But is that the only reason you enjoyed it?
No, but if it wasn't scary, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. I would have said that it was bad.
Okay.
Depending on how the rest of the
okay.
movie was.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, right? But like,
Mhm.
I don't think you're the movie layperson is
Yeah.
going to like if
Like-
it wasn't scary, they'd be like, that was a bad movie.
It's fair.
Bad horror movie.
Bad horror movie. What about? Okay, yeah. I played devil's advocate too much.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well, we still have yet to watch Jason versus Freddy. We're getting Jack. We're trying to find a time to schedule that out. So look forward to that. That will be our final episode out of this season. And yeah, good things to come. Have a good one, everybody.
Please suggest new seasons. Thanks for listening.
Movies, seasons, anything.
Yeah, games, comics, books.
Yep. Music, crafting.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
All right, bye everybody.